Alright, hello everybody and welcome to the original King's Quest 1. I've been playing the new King's Quest walkthrough and people have been asking if I would do an original, and I will. I love this game. This is the game that taught me how to read. I've done the more advanced version of this game before on I believe on a YouTube, and then I actually did play this game on a stream before, but we're going to actually play it yet again and walk. We are King Graham. I'm sorry, we are Graham. He's not even a king right now. How fast can I go? We're going to go faster. Open the door. This is the castle of Daventry. I'm going to go see the king. I think I got to bow to him to get some extra points. Yay, I bowed to the king. And now talk, king. He tells me, Sir Graham, excuse me. I'm an old man. I fear my end is near. I have chosen you to prove yourself worthy of the throne. As you know, our kingdom is weak and poor. I have knowledge of the existence of 3 things that would make our kingdom wealthy and strong. Somewhere within our kingdom, there is a magical mirror that tells the future. There is a magic shield that will protect the bearer from mortal harm. Finally, there is a magic chest that is always filled with gold coins. Go, Sir Graham. Go and bring me back these treasures. If you succeed, you will inherit the throne. See, pretty cool. You just get to get the throne by being in the right place at the right time when the king's about to die, and I'm going to probably die. Ooh, you got to be really careful with this game. Oh, looks like I've already played some of this stuff. So, this is probably from my original stream, so we're going to go with the start. So since I'm playing on fast, it's going to get a little bit dangerous because you have to play with the keyboard. Now, this is an interesting game because he just told you the 3 things that you need to win the game. Now, you only need those 3 things to win the game. There's some other things you can get to, like, you have to get there. However, you need to get some of those items, and there's a lot of extra items for extra points. Like, this is before the adventure game series got really, like, streamlined back then. There's also a lot of dead ends in this game, as you'll see. I'm just going to save it as start again. I need to push this rock, because I can look here and see. You need to be more specific. Look around. Nothing special. Okay. But if I push this rock, even though I'm on this side of the rock and I say push, you'd think you'd push it up. But instead, push rock. This moving rock rolls downhill and you are unfortunately in the way. And you die. Like, this happens a lot in this game. There's a lot of dead ends. There's a lot of easy ways to kill yourself for things that look very obviously like you wouldn't die. Push rock. And now look in hole. There's a dagger. Get dagger. I'm going to get the dagger, making sure not to cut myself. Now, I'm going to go up here. There's a tree. One of the few trees in this game. I think one of the... Climb tree. Okay. See, look, I can climb this tree. Let me see if... Oh, man. I need to really slow this down a little bit. Get egg. Golden egg is heavy. You almost drop it. And now this is one of those weird things that I can fall off this tree and live. It's kind of weird. Sometimes you die, sometimes you can get things and not die. It's very, very strange. But I'm going to now... Is it this way? Nope, nope, nope. That's a wolf. Is it this way? Here we go. Look. Needs to be more specific. Look at ground. It's a well-tended carrot field. Get carrot. I pick up a carrot from the ground, and I am extremely happy. So if I keep walking this way. Ooh. Yay. So now Miss Gwendolyn, I'm going to go to normal speed. Ah, that's so much fun. I wish there was a speed in between fast and normal. Ooh, look, there's the goat already. Should I deal with the goat? Let's not do the goat yet. I really wish I could go faster. How about normal and then faster? Nope, there's no faster. Speed, yeah, normal, fast, and slow is all there is. So, I'm kind of stuck with these couple options. I'm trying to remember exactly where I was supposed to go here. Here we go. Here's a clover field. So look, if you can see this clover field, you can very obviously see the center clover is a 4-leaf clover versus the 3-leaf clovers on the side. So I want to obviously get the 4-leaf clover. I sense some strength in that clover. So let's go this direction. Now, I played this game a lot when I was a kid. So I know how to win this game, but I don't remember necessarily where all the screens are. So I will admit, I have a walkthrough up next to me because I want to make sure I do this whole thing right. So I'm going to follow this walkthrough just to show you guys what this game is. Walk 1 screen north and 2 screens west. Oh, that's the wrong way. There we go. There's a special bowl here. And if you get the bowl... Oh, the spell already wore off. That was annoying. Get bound. Get bowl. I'm going to look at bowl. And if you notice, there's the word fill on the bottom. Now, if you type fill, it will fill up the bowl. But I believe you get more points by not filling the bowl until a later time. So, basically, I'm going to go this way. Ooh. Talk elf. Normal. I gotta go talk to this guy. He gives me like a ring. I don't quite know why, but he does. The elf, impressed by your friendliness, gives you a magic ring. Kind person, know that once, only once, this ring will make you invisible, he says, and then he disappears. I will be honest, I don't remember when I'm supposed to use the ring to become invisible. Yeah, I honestly don't remember at all when I'm supposed to use this ring to become invisible. But I know I do have to use it. I guess when we get to that point of the game, we will be able to see. I'm hoping that I can get this whole episode done, this whole thing done in one episode, because it's pretty easy. Look at sand. Look at ground. 3. Look at ground. There we go. I see nothing special. Huh? I don't know how you would know this then, but there's pebbles here on the ground. This is one of the few screens that actually has pebbles, and you need them later. Actually, you don't need them later. But there's multiple different ways to do a couple things, and I'm sure some are worth less points than the other. But you got points, nonetheless, for grabbing those. So I'm going to grab those. Whether I use them or not, I don't know. And I will explain when I get there what you could or could not have done with the pebbles. But either way, he will look at tree. There's a tree loaded with walnuts. Get walnuts. You pluck a nice walnut from the tree. Open walnut. Well, let's look at it first. Look. See, this is where it's off the keyboard. Look at walnut. Walnut, if I can type. Seems to be a good solid walnut. Open walnut. I don't know how you just randomly would open the walnut, but I opened it up and discovered there's gold inside. Of course. Golden walnuts. Who would have thought that there wasn't walnuts inside? So I'm going to go up north. You guys are going to listen to some nice bling sound. Up 1 north, 2 west, and 1 south. Avoiding the screen with the wizard. Because there's bad things that also show up that will kill you. Like that earlier, I ran into that wolf. This we'll come back to later because we're going to end up coming out of that cave at a later time. We're going to skip. 1 north, 2 west, and 1 south. Avoiding the screen with the wizard to the witch house. Here we go. We are at the witch house. Now, this is a house from the fabled Hansel and Gretel, I believe. This thing basically has a witch that lives inside, and it's made of candy. Not sure who would make a house made of candy, but I can... Because it's made of candy, what can you do? You can eat the house. Eat house. As you begin to eat the house, you hear a voice from inside that says, "Nibble, nibble, little mouse, who is nibbling at my house?" Well, it's me. I'm going to open the door. I know you're home, so I'm just going to walk on inside. And I see the witch, so I'm going to leave. I'm going to open the door again. And all of a sudden, you are gone. I don't know why you're gone, but you are. Now, I don't know if you have to do this or not, but I'm going to open the oven. It doesn't really do anything for me. I'm going to open the cupboard. If I do this fast, get cheese, because there's cheese in there. Close cupboard. And we are going to go this way. So, I can sneak into this witch's house who knew that I was there. But then she decided to disappear somehow. See that cage in the back? If she catches me, she puts me in that cage and you die. I will try to show that off later if I can get caught by the witch. I guess I really can't. This is a note on the table. Read note. Now this says, the note reads, sometimes it's wise to think backwards. Now that's interesting because thinking backwards is a little different than what you would think. And we will get into that later. And this is one of the absolute hardest puzzles in any Sierra game. And I don't remember exactly how we figured this out a long time ago. I'm pretty sure it was from a hint book. Back in the day, they used to sell hint books for games like this. And it would tell you the answers to solutions of puzzles that you were stuck on. And when we get there, I will explain how this puzzle works. And it's very annoying. And I would never, ever, ever think to write a game that has this puzzle in it. The nice thing is they did do a workaround. If you couldn't solve the puzzle, there was another way to go around, which was good. So it didn't like stop you dead in your tracks. Basically now what I have to do is I'm waiting until the witch decides to come back home. And my phone is going to go off. So I'm going to stop my phone from going off. I thought that was a cool sound of a witch coming home. We are going to go witch. Say this is witch because this could become bad. She will eventually show up back home, I believe. I think she always does. Sleep. Wait. Push witch. There is no witch here right now. Almost as if it knows. If I was speedrunning this game, this would make me really upset. I don't know if you actually have to kill the witch, though. So you can probably speedrun this game without killing the witch, because I don't think it leads you to anywhere. Because I could run in, steal the cheese, and leave. Because I do need the cheese later. Actually, you don't even need the cheese. I could skip this whole thing, in theory, with a speedrun. Because there's a couple ways around some of these things. The house. So she's back home. Well, I guess while I'm waiting, I can show you what happens if I get caught by the witch, because I believe this is the screen that she comes in. Or is this the sorcerer? Nope, there's the witch. Witch swoops down, she stole me, she grabbed me. Even though I'm only one screen away from her, she somehow has me grabbing her by the hair. I don't quite know how. And then she drops me in here, and she's going to put me in her brew. So, that is how the witch kills you in this game. So that's why it's nice to actually be able to kill her. Tastes even better than it looks. So now she's not home. Maybe this will help. Ah, here we go. Here we go. Sky says, I can smell somebody tasty in my house. So now I gotta wait. She's gonna go to the oven first. I don't know why. If she smells somebody tasty in her house, that she decides to come home, and first thing she does is go to the oven instead of looking for this intruder in her house. So it gives you plenty of time, apparently. And there's my phone again. But there's she's home. She's home. So I'm gonna go. Just walk up right behind her, like there's nothing going on, and just be like, "Hi, witch. What's going on?" And push her, and she's dead. I threw her in the oven. She is dead. Wonderful children's game. Don't you love it? We just killed a witch like it's absolutely nothing. And there we go. So now I don't have to deal with her anymore on that screen. That screen is now safe. But I can exit now. Go north. Let's save it again. Here's the Woodcutters. So basically, I'm going to give them the bowl because they're hungry. Talk to people. They're Woodcutters. Talk to men. Talk to man. It's a woman too. Welcome to my humble abode. Talk to woman. She replies, "I'd like to offer you something, but we do not even have food for ourselves. So let's give them the bowl. Give a bowl. Puzzle couple wonders why you have given them an empty bowl." And then we type fill. That's where fill comes from. They're amazed and delighted as the bowl miraculously fills with the bubbling stew. As a token of their gratitude, they offer their latest earthly possession. The last earthly possession, the Woodcutter's fiddle. So basically now I gotta go nice and slowly over there and get it, because of course they have holes and stuff in their floor, and they offer it to me after I just fed them for eternity, because they have a bowl that will never empty now, or they can always refill, but I have to like carefully walk around to go get their fiddle. So I got their fiddle, and now I am going to leave. I gotta do it very, very slowly, because otherwise I will die. So let's go. Now this is another item you don't need in the game. And no, you can't get anything with the axe or their little water pump or anything. It's all just like graphical. Pretty amazing graphics for what they were dealing with back in the day. So now I'm going to go here, and I'm going to say look at log. It's just that you move closer and try that first. Let's look at the log. It's only a rotted log. Look and hold. There's nothing in it. I can tell you that. Can't do that, at least not now. Interesting. But I can look at the stump. Stump is very old and nearly petrified. Look in stump? So, look in stumpo. Look in stump. Canvas pouch. Get pouch. Notice the pouch feels aged into the open pouch. I cautiously open the pouch and find many sparkling and flashy diamonds. Quickly close it again as not to lose any. So, amazingly, I just found some diamonds. There's diamonds chilling out here. All these people are hungry and starving, and there's diamonds sitting in stumps. Not sure how it works, but it does work. So now I've got... Whoa. I walked right on through that gate, which was crazy. You're supposed to open it first. But now I got to show the carrot to the goat. So now the goat is following me. Why is the goat following me? Well, because I didn't show you something earlier, but if I open the gate... You can actually open the gate and the goat will escape, which is bad because once the goat escapes, he's gone forever. And then what you have to do is I'll tell you when we get there. So if I go down, I think if you take too long, the goat gets bored and leaves as well. And this gets annoying because he gets in your way. Then he gets stuck on things like trees. And then... Wait. I thought I was supposed to go... 3 south. Exit corner and walk... Oh, and 1 west. So I gotta go this way really quick. I'm stuck behind a tree. There we go. So this bridge... Troll appears. He wants money from me. I can give him the pouch of diamonds. He will leave. I think he only might let you across once. But luckily, something I did not know previously is that goats hate trolls. So the goat will kill the troll, and now all of a sudden I can pass all these bridges that lead me to all one place. There's multiple bridges around. They lead you to one place, and it is to this guy. Talk to man. So basically, Old Known tells you he has something that may be useful to you. Your task is to guess his name in 3 guesses, and his gift will be yours. Good luck. What is your first guess? So basically, if I guess incorrectly 3 times, he gives you a key, which gets you up to the land of the clouds by taking a stairway. Seems fine. But if I want to do the game the right way, his name is Rumpelstiltskin. You're supposed to know that because of, let's see, Rumpelstiltskin. You're supposed to know that, but if you say Rumpelstiltskin, that's wrong. It's because his name is truly IFNKOVHGROGHPRM. And boom, that's right! But what kind of name is that? So the note in the witch's house is the key to that, supposedly. I don't know how people would figure it out. Basically, you write an alphabet across. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P, etc. You then write the alphabet backwards directly underneath it. And where the letters line up together, whereas A would be Z, B would be Y, C would be X, etc., you take Rumpelstiltskin and you do what the opposite letter is. So it ends up becoming IFNKOVHGROGHPRM, and that is his correct name. However, this is the very much harder path that you must take in order to do this game. So I'm going to get these beans, because he left me some magical beans. And now I have to go plant the magical beans in order to do the hardest task in the game. Wait, that's not where I was supposed to go. Let's do east. I went west. Supposed to go east. So I'm going to go east twice and go plant the beans. Now, climbing this beanstalk is one of the biggest pain in the asses ever. You basically have to save constantly and, whoa, and very carefully climb just the right, like, pixel perfect areas to get up this beanstalk. I had so much trouble with this when I was younger that I usually just gave up and took the stairs. Well, I would restore back and get the key instead of the beanstalk, but we are going to do this here. I'm going to plant beans. The beans immediately sprout, and look at this. So what we're going to do is we're going to save, because you're going to see how difficult this can be. And then I'm probably going to speed it up. Beanstalk. Climb. Climb. Climb beanstalk. So here we go. See? Looked like I was going perfectly, but I was not. So this is going to take a long time. Oh, and I made it. I made it. It actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but I made it nonetheless. So basically, now that I've gotten up the beanstalk, I need to go find a slingshot. So there's a slingshot up here because up here lives a giant who's holding one of the items that I need, which is the magic chest. I need to kill the giant in order to get magic chest. Now, you don't actually need to kill the giant, and this is where I don't know about the points and what gets you more, because I got the pebbles because you need to load the slingshot with the pebbles in order to kill the giant, but I think it actually gets you more points to let the giant live, which you can do in a couple ways. And one is to have a spell, which I don't have anymore, so I gotta get out of here. See you later, giant. See you, sucker. And if I get the spell and he touches me, I think he just falls asleep. Otherwise, I can just wander around the screen for long enough and he will end up falling asleep and I can just grab it. I don't know why he just chasing me and then he gets bored and he falls asleep or something, but there's where the slingshot's at, in this hole. North and stand near northeast corner. Walk west twice, north, and stand in the northeast corner. So there's a spot that you can stand, look in hole, get sling. So I won't actually even use the sling at all, but oops. What is that? I don't know what I just hit. Normal. Look at tree. I don't know what that is. It's a very strange vegetation. Look at ground. Look at berry? Huh, whatever. It looks like there's something there, but I don't recall anything about that. So basically, if I get in the right spot up here, I believe the giant. So I'm going to stand way up here and then save. Oops. Giant. There we go. And I think if you stand like up here, he doesn't know what to do, if I recall. And he eventually will fall asleep. And I can just steal the chest from him. Oh man, he's yes. Alright, see you later, sucker. So now I'm out of here. And instead of having to take the troublesome beanstalk back down, I can take the stairs. So now it's nice though, the whole point of this game is to get 3 items One of them being the shield, one of them being the magic mirror, and one of them being the magic chest. I'm 104 points, and I only have one of those items thus far because I haven't gotten there yet to the rest of the stuff. Which, as you can see, I could have done that by... Let's do a save. Let's do stairs because these are hard. Because I could have gotten this relatively easily by getting the goat very early on, getting over the bridge, guessing that guy's name wrong 3 times, getting the key, and then walking up these stairs. Like, the key leads you to these stairs that I'm walking down right now, but you don't need the key to get out. It's like a fire escape, you know. You don't need the key to leave, to exit from inside the house. You just need it to get inside the house. And this is using the number pad and using the diagonal arrows is what makes this actually doable. Otherwise, it would be damn near impossible. So there we go. We keep on going down. And then... So now I'm down, and we need to... So right here, that's the door that opens up. So I need to now walk east. Oh, I'm sorry. Walk west. And I'll tell you, this is another part, what we're about to do, that I've always struggled with. Because I think you can swim. It tells me to swim, actually. There we go. You have to hit the plus button to start swimming. It's really weird, but instead of having to go around the screen, I can just swim through this water. I don't quite know what the point of that mechanic is in this particular thing. But this is... So this shouldn't be the witch anymore. I think directly down. Is that where it's telling me to go? Yeah, there we go. So you have to end up getting this bucket. And I always had the problem where if I cut this rope, often I don't get the bucket. But for some reason, it's telling me to just, well. So cut rope. I should get the bucket. With the rope you're able to... Yeah, so now I take the bucket, which is very, very strange that... when I was younger, I would cut the rope all the time and lose the bucket. I think I might have the rope down, though. So I can lower rope. I'm not close enough. There's a crank way over here. I don't know if you can see it. There we go. So I got to climb this rope. Climb rope. So there we go. So now I'm going to climb the rope. So I gotta fall off of this, swim, fill the bucket because the bucket apparently won't fill, and then I dive. And it's the only place in the game where you can dive underwater. But and you can't really see much of what's going on. But this is a hole over here. It looks just like the hole on the other side. This leads me to this cave that has this dragon in it. So I need to get toward the dragon. We're going to save it in case I miss. Dragon. And then we're going to throw water. The water hits the dragon squarely in the mouth, extinguishing its roaring flames. No fire. How mortified and embarrassed the dragon is, moving a huge boulder and leaving the dragon creeps out in sulk or something like that. This weird contraption. Look crown. This is the mirror, in case you didn't know. Can't really pick up the magic mirror. So, now with the magic mirror in hand... Can I look at the mirror? I can. Now, I could just leave that the same way the dragon just came out. You can leave and go through the mouth of the cave. I don't quite know why this is telling me to go back out here. I've never done this before, but this is what the walkthrough is saying. I didn't think it was possible. But we're going to find out because I want to get the maximum number of points. Because I think you can actually get more points than the 158. Climb rope. Oh my god, you can jump out of the well onto the rope because that's realistic, right? Oh, that's too funny. So the well, climb up one screen west and one screen north. I actually had no idea you could jump back out of the well and do that. And I'm not sure why I need to either, because I think I have to get by the cave anyway. Yeah, this is the cave where I would have come out of. Like, let's go in this cave. I would have come out this cave And I could have just come straight to this screen right here. So I don't know if I just get more points for climbing up the rope or what. But in this cave, that's where I would have come out to the right. But I have to wait on this screen until there's an eagle that comes in. One screen west and one screen north. Stand near the center bottom and jump to be grabbed by the bird and fly. Yeah, this was really annoying too, because randomly, occasionally, a bird comes into the view, and you hit the 0 button, which is jump, and you have to get picked up by the bird, which is extremely difficult to do. Here we go. So we're going to save it. We're going to save it as bird, because it's very hard. It says to do it from the center, so I don't know if... Oh, yeah, see, that wasn't the... He goes in this weird pattern, and you have to be under him when he goes down and jump at just the right moment to get caught by him. And look, he just constantly keeps in that corner. If I was over there, I'd be able to be gotten. I want him to come this way. See, that would have been... I'm just going to stand here where it tells me to. Come on, come this way. He will get bored and leave. And I would have to come back. Now, this is a weird puzzle that I... Oh, what? That was, like, perfect, I thought. But he didn't come down very far. I need to be up higher. Whoa, come on. Whew! Did it! Finally! That took forever. Let's go faster. So he drops me off here. And this is a place that you couldn't get to otherwise without the bear. That's why I have to do this. I know if you eat the berries, you die. Now, this is one of those places where the old Sierra games were really annoying in the fact that if I go down that hole, which is what I have to do, I will be in an unfinishable state of the game. You have to walk over here first, though, and get this mushroom to be able to get out of this spot. So now I got the mushroom, because I can fall down there very easily, and you just die. Well, you don't die, actually. You just are in a place where you're stuck, and if you don't know any better, you just constantly are trying things, and you fail, because there's nothing you can do. You can't get back out of the hole, and you're stuck. And it's really annoying that they used to play these old games like that. But that's how they did. That's how they did it back in the day. The unwinnable states. So now if I go this way. This is what the cheese is for. I can use the cheese on this rat that's right here. Give cheese to rat. There's other ways you can do it. Here's one now. The rat drools at the side of the cheese. He takes it, and he leaves. So he's gone. He went into a hole that doesn't exist. But he's gone. You can also use the leprechauns revere the power of the 4-leaf clover. So if you don't have the 4-leaf clover, they will, like, attack you. So now, with the 4-leaf clover, I'm allowed to be in here, and they won't do anything bad to me. And I can finish what I need to do. However, if I play the fiddle... it puts them all into a dancing frenzy. And they get really excited. And all of them left. This room used to be filled with people. But they all left because they were all excited. So now the king is sitting down here going, after his followers have danced away, the king of the leprechauns realizes he can lead best by following. And leaves, forgetting his beautiful scepter. So otherwise, you don't get the scepter, which is not required to win the game. But even in his presence still, I can steal his scepter. Because if I don't play the fiddle, he's just sitting there in the chair and you can't get the scepter. But you can get the shield, which is the last item that you need to win this game. Notice I'm at 152 of 158 points because I am almost done with this game. So now I need to go up here, up these stairs. Oops, walking up the stairs. Now, this part also used to get really hard because you have to eat this mushroom and it makes you a little small guy. Why you would know that? Let's look at mushroom. It's like Alice in Wonderland. So if I'm going to save it, eat mushroom, and I'm small, and I can walk, but if you don't walk at just the right angle, you can die, because that's all that it lasts. It doesn't last very long at all. And now I got to go back to the castle with all the goods I have in hand. Ugh, come on. Now we're going to see if I follow this tutorial appropriately to show you guys all of the items in the game, what you can do with them. Like I said, you can kill the giant with the sling. You don't have to kill the witch. You can use the spell on the rat. I believe you can put on the ring. I think that's where the ring might come in, is if you put in... If you put the ring on, I believe you can be invisible to the rat and get past the rat that way as well. Like, the nice thing about games back in the day is there's a lot of different ways to do things, and that's why the point system was involved, is because you knew how well you had done in the game at the end based on the number of points that you had. Now, it's very sad that there's certain times it puts you into these unwinnable states, like if you didn't grab the mushroom. Trying to think what else you could do. If you jumped, I guess you can climb back out of the well, which I didn't know, because I thought if you ever went in there without getting the bucket filled with water, that you would actually die, because you'd be in a spot that was unwinnable as well. So let's bow to the king again. Oh, look at that. As you approach the throne, the king himself rises to command, or it rises to commend you for a job well done. Oh, the king proclaims in pain, and then he dies. From the seemingly lifeless king, you hear these words. Well done, Sir Graham. You have been a good and faithful servant. Your reward is well deserved. My kingdom is now yours. So that is how King Graham comes into power of Daventry. He literally got the king some things when he died, and basically just takes over. The experience of the quest will be invaluable to you as you begin your reign as King of Daventry. And there we go, folks. That is the original King's Quest in all of its glory, with 159 out of 158 points. And I think part of the points are the fact that I got pebbles but didn't use them on the giant. You get a different set of points for not killing the giant, and I think that's what it comes down to, but I'm not 100% certain. But there you go, folks. You guys wanted it. There it is. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. I will eventually play the rest of the King's Quests as well. But we will see you next time.